Assalamu Alaikum, sister. Thank you for writing to our live session. As I understand your current situation, your husband is part of a Dawah team, alhamdulillah, and he goes out every Saturday to give Dawah and also training. The issue is that he does Dawah like all of the time, right? And you feel he doesn't spend quality time with your children, which means he also probably doesn't, spend quality time with you as well. You stated that, for instance, on Monday, he told you he had to drop off some items for his Dawah brothers, and he did not return until before iftar time. His reason was he got caught up in a discussion about Islam with a non-Muslim. Sister, in Islam, like, we're supposed to give Dawah. It's a beautiful thing. It's a blessing. It's, incumbent upon us, but also what is incumbent upon us is to have a balance in our life, right? Especially if we're married and we have a family, or we have people that we need to take care of. We're supposed to have a balance, right? That means, go out and do Dawah, but also come home to your family, right? You can't spend 100% of your time almost doing Dawah and ignore your family, right? That's not what a husband's supposed to do. Or if the situation was reversed, a wife isn't supposed to do that either. There's always supposed to be balance in Islam. And being that he's married, you and his children are supposed to come first. Not before Allah, of course, no. But in day-to-day activities and daily living, he's supposed to be there for his family when he's not working and providing, or doing his Islamic duties and reaching out for Dawah. He, is supposed to be with his family. And again, he can do Dawah, on a regular basis, whatever time that you both agree to, because you are his wife, and he does have you as a responsibility and the children, and he needs to spend time with you and the children, and he needs to really, regroup himself, right? There's a hadith, and it slips my mind, but you can look it up it was something about, some of the brothers were like constantly going into the wilderness or into the mountains for Dawah and praying, and they never did anything else, right? But they were reprimanded for doing that because they weren't doing anything else. They weren't, working. They weren't spending time with their family. They weren't doing, other things that, they're supposed to do. So there is mention of that, and I do apologize for not having the correct hadith. But anyhow, the whole gist of it is that in our lives we have to have balance, and we have to take care of our responsibilities, and we need to spend time with those that we love and that we're responsible for, our families. So anyhow, inshallah, sister, try to have a talk with him. You may want to speak with the imam, right? And bring it up to the imam and discuss what's going on and how he's really never home and, is ignoring his family, you and the children. And maybe, ask him about the balance in Islam, and perhaps the imam can have a talk with your husband. If that's not the situation and you can't, reach out like that, again, do have a talk with your husband. Bring, some ayats from the Quran, bring the authentic hadith, regarding having balance and not being consumed with one activity all of the time, right? Because Allah wants husbands and men to take care of their families and be with them and spend time with them, as well as be in service to Allah and do other things, right? So have a talk with him. If you can, speak with the imam at the masjid. If that does not work, sister, please do write to our section called Ask the Scholars for further guidance on this issue. I'm not an Islamic scholar. I'm not. But I do know that Islam really stresses having, a balance in life. And, Allah loves a marriage that's based on Islamic principles and foundations, and he loves a happy marriage. That's why Allah created marriage, right? So there's a whole lot of stuff to unpack here. But please do start with that, speaking with your husband in a kind, loving way, not, with accusations, because he won't listen. But just talk with him. And then, if needed, speak with the imam, and perhaps set up an appointment or something where either he or both of you can talk to the imam about this. And inshallah, that will be helpful. We wish you the best.